Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera on now, and it's times 3. And look at that, we have 3 people in the screen.
We found this guy in the street over here, so we invited him.
Yeah, well, and he claims he's Jack Wallace.
I was on the mooch.
Yeah, the famous Jack Wallace.
The Broadway actor, Jack Wallace.
Broadway actor. We have Don Sherman, king of comedy. And we have Harry Northup, player of various strange people roles on Martin Scorsese films.
Here's a question I want to know about Mr. Jack Wallace, who is one of David Mamet's favorite theater and film actors. And my question to you is, have you ever done anything bad?
Yeah, but what's it to you?
He's a tough guy. This guy's a tough guy. He plays tough guys. Don't fool around with him.
I won't.
You know.
Yeah,
he's also got a great sense of humor.
You can't mess with Jack.
And don't mess with his eyebrows either.
Yeah. When he goes to the barber shop, he says, "Don't touch those; they're off limits."
When the stick-up man tied me up in the house, I kicked the chair over, and with my eyebrows, I crawled into the foam, you know, and dialed it with my nose, and got the cops come by and
Chicago, yeah.
Chicago, big money, Chicago roll.
Yeah, well, you just came off a David Mamet production.
Oh yeah.
A movie or something, was it?
Yeah. What the hell was the name of it? The Spectre. The Spectre.
The Spectre.
I didn't know if it was Spectre or Spectre. The Phil Spectre.
Phil Spectre.
Yeah.
Our jailbird.
Or Spectre.
Was The Life of Phil Spectre? The guy that...
Well, yeah, it's about the big producer that went wacky.
Well, actually, he was a little producer who had a big career.
How old is Phil Spectre?
He's about 65, I would think.
He was born in the Bronx and went to Fairfax High.
Al Pacino played him.
You know, I was born in the
That's a good choice.
Wallace Avenue.
Get out.
Wallace Avenue, 2745 Wallace Avenue.
Jesus.
I just realized that his name is Wallace.
The kids used to taunt me.
You never turned out mean.
Wallace.
Yeah.
Well, Jack, are you Scottish? I mean, that's a Scottish name.
Yes, I am. I'm
a Scot by heritage.
Doesn't it look like Clark Gable a little bit?
Yeah. That's right.
Well, I heard Boris Karloff. You know. and then I'm depressed for about a week. And then they go, but when he was young, he looked real nice.
You know, Boris Karloff, he never hung around other actors. He used to just walk on the hills.
When he was young.
Boris Karloff, he never hung around other actors. He'd just take a walk in the hills.
Was he the one that used to creep up on his wife and scare the living shit out of her, and then they got divorced? Was he that one?
No, that's Hugh Hefner.
Your wife was just horrified that it just scared the living shit out.
Yeah, that's right.
Your wife just fainted over there. She never heard Jack Wallace say living shit.
Whenever he wanted to make love to her, he scared the shit out of her.
And you look at his face, and he looks treacherous and dangerous, and yet, man is so innocent and so pure. It's amazing. And all of a sudden,
how far can you go?
Yeah. And he came out and you just let a little lay there. She'll be all right in a couple of minutes.
Say something.
No, she's late.
He has a lovely wife, Margot.
Jack.
One thing about Jack and
How
Margot.
long have you been married?
11 years.
How long have you been an actor?
Oh, since I was in the womb.
Since you were in the womb?
Yeah, a long time.
You think marriage enhanced your acting career or took from your acting career?
It stayed the same. Nothing changed it. You know, they booed me, and the boos got louder sometimes and softer other times.
You, man, you're the master. Man is always working.
The master of some.
Well, when you're having an argument with your wife, does she ever say to you, "You're just acting"?
Yeah.
Do you get that? That's just a big act.
The director said that one day.
Here's what it is. I love you, and they go, "How can I believe you? You're an actor."
See? You know? How often do you get that?
So it has its downside.
See, my wife can't say to me, "Well, you're just painting me a picture," you know.
I remember one time talking about painting a picture. I asked a 5-year-old boy at a cafe in LA, remember the old world? He was 5. I said, "What is the imagination?" He says, "Pictures in the mind." That's a pretty good definition of the imagination.
Excellent. But you fell into your trap. Do you remember something, which is a question, and you never let us answer the question?
What is the question?
Like that.
What is the question?
Do you mind if I do a poem, and you're about to say, and he's doing the poem?
Oh, jeez.
I'll apologize later.
Right.
But he does ask you, which is very polite.
Yeah.
But he does not wait for a reply.
You know what Jackie Gale told me one time?
Is that a psychological sickness? That
Who knows?
You know what
What
Jackie Gale
happens?
told me one time?
What?
He says, you are combo. He said, you have humility, but you also do self-promotion.
Oh, how could he say something like that about you?
Well, that's not half bad.
Poets never do it. You think Longfellow and look how many poets I come in. Longfellow.
Longfellow,
Oh,
there
that's
you
a
go.
good one.
Emily
By
Dickinson.
Hiawatha.
Who knows what happens in the whorehouse of their minds?
Oh, your wife just fainted again. My God.
yes,
That's
no,
number
she's
2 for Chicago.
Margot doesn't believe how
Number 2 for
raucous you've
Chicago
done
sent
today.
his wife down for the count.
Margot,
That's it.
is he
So
like this all the
embarrassed.
time?
I do the program and it reaps havoc with my marriage.
Yeah, well, that's why he works for David. Mammy is his name?
Mehmet.
Mammoth, he's a
You know,
great guy.
you heard that
Normally-
story about Mammon, right, in Shakespeare?
No.
To thine
He
own,
waited for an answer. We're curing it, doctor. He's getting better. Go on, talk, my boy,
to
talk.
thine own self be true, Shakespeare.
Yes.
Fuck you, David Mamet.
Oh, fuck you. She just went down again. My God. We'll never revive her now. Now he's spread it. My husband is spreading profanity. He's not only uttering, he's spreading it to a moral Midwestern hayseed over here who never said a dirty word in his life except, cut the bail, cut the bail.
Well, at least this is on HBO, so we don't have to worry about the expletives.
People are pouring.
Marlboro Man.
People are pouring into the Silver Spoon. We have one customer.
Another guy on the road.
I've been bad, but I'm not evil.
No, you're a sweetheart.
I try to be good, but I don't always succeed. I know you're always good, Mr.
No, you're boring when you're always good, right, Jack? Right, Jack?
How do you feel between two wonderful actors?
Oh, I feel. I tell you, to be very frank with you, I had very little respect for actors. I thought they were all phonies, that they were all let's pretend, and movies were all garbage. To me, the only true performer was the guy that stood up and won with a light, with a microphone, him in the audience. That was an actor. But now that I've come out to California, I see.
You did a lot of Rocky shows.
Movies is a phenomenon. They have phenomenal art. My God, what they do. How many movies have you done?
Maybe 50.
50.
But if you blink, you won't catch me.
In 6 Rockies that I've done, my screen time is about 82 seconds.
I understand that.
I'm always sitting there in a corner.
I
Somewhere.
feel your pain.
Yeah, but you had leads and they talked.
The leading man.
Oh yeah, those are not in film, not in film.
Don, did you ever
On
get any
stage.
fan letters from the mice on the cutting room floor?
The mice on the cutting room floor. Mice on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. Now, where did that come from?
Does
I mean, who
anybody
coined that
understand
phrase?
Anybody out there understand that?
Ed
The-
Begley told me that. Ed Begley Jr. told me that one.
Yeah.
The mice on the cutting room floor. Oh, I see. Yeah, editing.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what my daughter is editing a pilot right now. That's the hard. Seems to be the hardest job. Sit in a room.
Spielberg said that's the
hours.
best time. He and Michael Kahn sitting there. He's cutting the film.
She
Yeah.
was really kind
know.
to my wife Margot and I,
What?
your daughter.
Yeah.
She was really nice to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Should
very
be
rare.
Proud of her.
That's very rare.
You know.
She
Yeah.
asked you for any money or anything, or to invest in a movie or anything?
But one look
She
at
was
me and
nice
she
to
knew
you.
better. You know.
Did she offer you a part? You know,
And what?
anything?
Oh.
Anything she's doing?
Oh, apart.
It's a beautiful day today.
I'll take the leg. You know, of the chicken or of show business.
Show business.
Oh, show business.
A part in the pilot. How's that?
We try not to talk about show business, but it always comes around. It always comes.
Well, how can it not in this town?
I know.
I
It's true.
always felt one of the interesting things about just like the music business. I think that acting and stuff like that. I think that those people would do it, whether they paid you or not. It's just something that you have to do, and it's amazing that they took something that people love so much to do, and they had to turn it into a business, and you have to make it a living from it. Like in the music business, they always, they know everybody wants to work, so they use one against the other. Their love for the art sometimes affects their income.
But as an actor, you can't really work until they hire you, right? As a writer, you can sit home and type out a poem, type out a routine.
Right, a singer can sing, but what can an actor do?
Acting is like you take with one hand and you give with the other. It never makes sense.
And yet you could have acting classes for years and discuss acting and Stanislavski and all that stuff for hours and hours upon.
Don, you know, I was watching this Woody Allen documentary last night, and from one of his films, he has the Alan Alda character talk about humor. He says, if you tell a joke and it bends, that's comedy. If it breaks, it's not funny. Do you agree with that?
If it bends, it's interesting. If it bends, it's not. I don't know. You know, comedy is such an instinctive thing that you say something and they laugh. I think the analysis of comedy is what's not funny. I've seen so many shows where they get all these great comics together, you know, and of course it's the most boring 45 minutes, the most unfunny thing, because they're not really being funny. They're talking about being funny.
Yeah.
Being funny is funny. It just happens.
One thing my wife said about you the other night, she said the thing she noticed about you is how great your timing was. How you phrase things and you're funny, you wait for pause, you really had great timing.
It's like talking about women.
You do.
The guy that talks about women, you know, he's not getting much. You know.
She just went out again.
You're getting into
And that wasn't even dirty what he said. Margo, that wasn't even dirty what he said. I mean, the man's a grown man, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
It comes out of a grown man's mouth. He can't help it.
Everything I say turns into the same thing.
Well, you see, you know what
Goes down the same dirty alley.
But Jack, you know what it is? She has a concept of man. She has a concept of man, great respect, and she married this great actor from Broadway, this distinguished
That
man.
was only acting. That was only acting.
Well, she didn't know that. She thought
Yeah, it
you
wasn't
really
serious
this great
now.
man. And here she has this great image of this moral.
And think of the horror of our wedding night.
And then you come in, oh, what a shitty day, God. And she falls on the floor. Oh, what a, maybe it was the other guy I wanted to go out with. I don't know. But it's a very, really happy. See that? That's his wife. He's echoing his wife. She's saying no. This marriage lives in a world of all positive, holly and happiness. No hostility. You come into the house and you're little hummingbirds. Everything's like one. They don't want anybody to be offended. They don't offend anybody. You never hear him rapping an actor. You never hear
Is that a question?
Hummingbirds are very,
That's possibly a question.
You ever have an
hummingbirds
argument?
are very promiscuous.
You asking me,
How did we get back to sex again?
are you asking me a question?
Right, no, I did, but and I would have waited for you to answer, but he interrupted.
You didn't wait.
I'm sorry, you're right. Corrected me. No, it's good. Stand up.
Yes.
Okay, now what were you going to say?
Yes.
What were you going to say?
I answered your question, yes.
What did I ask you?
You asked me if my wife and I ever had an argument.
You do. Do you yell at that woman? You can't yell at that woman.
Have I ever yelled at you?
No, but sometimes you get nervous, but you can't yell at her. She got those big eyes.
Oh, I'm sure you can make her feel uncomfortable in a moment.
You know what love is?
What is that? What is
Love is the commitment to love and struggle.
and happiness and euphoria, or is it all struggle?
Love.
Sounds like
Love is a commitment to love and struggle. You know?
Now, did you know that Harry is probably the only actor who could make Travis Bickle uncomfortable? Travis Bickle, taxi driver.
Who thought of that name, Harry? Harry.
Hey, if you want a mass murderer, call him Travis Bickle.
You know what Harvey Keitel calls me? Heshy.
Heshy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heshy. Herschel.
What was it?
I know a guy that
excuse me.
I know a guy that lived on Grayson, thought it was grand.
Lives on the basement.
I'm the only one that
There's nothing wrong with that. She liked that. Look at that.
Only because she didn't get it.
She embraced. She's smiling.
She's never. Margot's never going to forget
That's
this.
the man she married. That angelic smile comes over his face. This is so bad. Yeah, wait till we get home. Wait till you get home.
Oh God, we're not going home tonight.
Yeah,
I know what awaits me at home. The lash.
gee, isn't it nice to talk to him? You know what? He goes with the whole thing. It's wonderful.
Yep, he's acting.
Is that another question?
He's a great actor. Great actor.
He's a great actor.
You're a great actor. David's a great painter. Margot's a great woman.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. That's a story that I was so mad that I didn't tell about acting was because what it was there. The pianist Pearl, who worked for Anna Maria Alberghetti for 20 years, who was married to Claudio Guzman, big TV director. And I got a job with him to do a pilot, and I really hadn't been acting much then. I was at the comic, I know I got the job. And having had a speech block all my life, which I still have, I know there were certain words I can't say.
Yeah.
And I play a delivery man who says, Goodwill, and knocks on the door opens. I say, Goodwill, we're here to pick up the stuff. That's the line. It's like, I do that right, give me my check, I go home, everybody's quiet. But I know I can't say industries. I can say Goodwill, here to pick up the stuff. If I say Goodwill Industries, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. So I don't say nothing. When the time's okay, let's do the Goodwill man. Bring my okay. Let's run the lines. I say Goodwill, we're here to pick up the stuff. Nobody says nothing. They go for it. No one. Okay, let's do it once more. Goodwill, we're here. Okay, let's shoot it. And he's about to shoot at that woman, who I now hate all women like that. The one who runs the production with the glasses, hanging, says, it's Goodwill Industries. I said, and I was so frustrated. I screamed, and I didn't say a word the whole day. The one they play on the set, don't say a word to anybody.
Oh, God.
I said, I can't say industries! And everybody freezes on the set, right? Now I look
Everybody's joking in the restaurant.
I look at the director, and I see his mind. He's thinking, this is how. There's about 10 million actors. They send me one who can't talk. He couldn't believe that, so that didn't enter his consciousness. Finally, I see him taking his way. He says, Goodwill, you're working all day, right? You're tired. Sometimes your man forgot to say industry.
Sure.
See? That's acting. The man thought through the part. The man realized that the man was working, he couldn't say industries, and he left it out. He didn't consult anybody. It just came out of natural instinct. Excellent, my boy, excellent. All my life, I've been wanting to tell his wife to tell him, and when I finally got to his wife, he passed on.
You got to his wife?
No, got to his wife. You had to take a nice, clean story, Jack. And because of that story, we got to take it out of the blog.
Okay.
See, now you're being destructive to the show. See, your wife was right. We got to.
Okay, well, we're at the end of the show now, so we should ask Jack for the word of the day.
Yeah. We got a word.
We always have the word of the day. It's just something that we go out on that we should ponder.
The word of the day is look at things on the bright side.
That's a word.
That's a sentence. That's a statement.
One word.
Magnanimous.
Whoa, hey.
All right, now there's a word.
Magnanimous. Excellent.
Are you talking about me?
That's right. That's good. That's a good level of thinking.
All right,
Good
so
word, right? Jack Wallace.
Jack Wallace, magnanimous. And with that, we'll close out times 3.
And David Glover, the great artist.
Toodaloo.
And Jack's wife, who's just waking up.
who's passed out.
Ciao, everybody.
watching us.
Ciao.